host of the Gridiron.
Very impressive. The defense did a very nice job. Very, very nice job. I mean, only gave up 14 points to the Saints. Kept the run defense with the guys that are in there. I mean, with Muasau and McFadden at the linebacker position, the defensive line. I mean, doing very good, keeping the Saints under 100 yards. I mean, because we've had our full. We've had, Burnsy there and Kayvon. We've had Sexy Dexy and Nacho, and we've given up like 150, 60, 70 yards or whatever it was. And we had a Carrot K and McFadden. We still giving up a bunch. So with all the backup guys we've had in there, I'll tell you what. I mean, it's very, very impressive what the Giants did on defense here. So let me go here. Whoops. All right, game report. We'll go to defense. A lot of guys on defense here. Okay. So the first one was Kayvon. I think this is his best game of the year. Kayvon. He had 3 total pressures. He had, according to PFF, anyway. He had a hurry, a hit, and a sack. Graded at 83.8. Tre Hawkins had a very good game, obviously, with the interception, right? So, unfortunately, Tre Hawkins comes in, plays 59 snaps, has a very good game, grades out of 79.3, and the season's over with. Micah McFadden, who had, now see here, I mean, it just goes to show you, they have 8 tackles. You go to ESPN after the game was over, I think they had him with 11 or 12 tackles, McFadden. So, it's weird. But McFadden graded at 77.7. Jason Pinnock was in there for 68 snaps, 71.4. Dane Belton, 40 snaps, 70.1. Elijah Chatman was in there for 57 snaps, 69.7. Elijah Garcia was in there for 29 snaps. He did well, 68. Brian Burns was in there for 54 snaps. He rated a 65.5. His tackle was a 28.1. Part of the reason why was he missed 2 tackles. So that's why he's tackling. According to PFF, he missed 2 tackles. Art Green was in there for just 4 snaps, 64.6. Greg Stroman Jr., 37 snaps, 62.7. Then we got a bunch of these guys. I mean, some of this is like special teams and all, so I'm not even going to worry talk about that. Like with Smith-Marsette and Bryce Ford-Wheaton and all. But we got Tyler Nubin, 37 snaps, 59.1. Of course, he was hurt too. So Adoree Jackson was in there for 68 snaps, 58.2. Isaiah Simmons, 17 snaps, 54.9. Patrick Johnson was in there for 10 snaps, 54.8. Cory Durden, who we just got from the Rams, right, was in there for 23 snaps, graded at 54.6. We got Casey Rogers, 21 snaps, 52.2. Jordon Riley, nose tackle, 38 snaps, 48. Tomon Fox, 17 snaps, graded out of 42. And Darius Muasau, they gave him, 31.5. It was weird because he had 52 snaps, 31.5. They gave him 7 tackles. Once again, I think if you, it's all based on, PFF, how they grade it out. But I mean, if you look at, Muasau, I think you go to ESPN, the game, right? They have box scores and all. I think they got Muasau there for 8 tackles. So he had 8 tackles, but somehow he graded out like a 30. 31, whatever it is. So it is what it is. It's just all based on PFF. But, however you want to look at it, they, players had good games or bad games or whatever, and the Saints are not a offensive juggernaut, although the first 2 games of the season, you'd be hard-pressed to tell me otherwise. I mean, they scored over 90 points the first 2 games of the season. Now, granted, one game was against Carolina, and then the other one was against the Cowboys in Dallas, where the Cowboys just seem to stink this year. But, I mean, after that, the Saints' offense is just, very not too good. Not too good. But anyway, to keep any professional football team to just 14 points and under 100 yards rushing, you got to give them a lot of credit. It's gonna be a little different ball game this week. It's gonna be a little different. I hope that we can keep King Henry and Lamar Jackson at bay, but kind of doubt. I said that they're coming off their bye, so they'll be a little, refreshed. I'm not sure how banged up they are. We'll have to see what the injury reports are coming out or anything like that. But they're coming off their bye. They lost a tough one to the Eagles. They can't afford to lose too many more games, or they won't even make the freaking playoffs. And for the Baltimore Raven team with Lamar Jackson as your quarterback, if you're on the edge or possibly missing the playoffs, that would be a brutal blow to the Ravens. Brutal. So to the Ravens, this is a get-right game. I mean, the Giants are staring straight in the eye of an 0-8 season, after this game at home. And if we can't beat would that be, I guess, the Colts? We got the Colts at home, right? So if we can't beat the Colts, could you imagine going 0-9 at home? Oh, my God. And there was something, and because I guess there was something in Facebook groups, right? And it was a picture, it had four pictures in it, and it said teams with 1 win at MetLife Stadium during the 2024 year. Now, of course, let's not forget, the Giants beat the Eagles in January, last game of the season, at home last year, right? So that's the Giants' 1 win this season in 2020, not this season, I'm sorry, in the calendar year, 2024. So the Giants have 1 win at home in 2024, not the 2024 season, but in the calendar year, 2024. I think Barcelona, the soccer team, has a win here. The Rangers hockey team has more wins at MetLife Stadium, or as many wins as MetLife Stadium as the Giants do, right? And I think the Devils too. I guess they played a couple, I guess, outdoor games here. I guess it was, or something. I don't know. One of them, I guess, the Winter Classic or whatever it is. But so the Giants actually have 1 win at MetLife Stadium in 2024. It just happened to be the 2023 season. But if the Giants finish up 0-9, I'm going to do a video on this tomorrow, but that would be an NFL record. Obviously, it's a little skewed or a little misleading, because the only way, for the most part, you can go 0-9 was you have to have a 17-game schedule. You're not playing 9 home games, right, in a 16-game schedule. You could play 9 home games in a 16-game schedule if one of them was a playoff game, but you're not going 0-8 at home, right, and getting a home playoff game. That's not happening, right? I mean, there's been teams who've gone 0-8 at home during a 16-game schedule. There's teams obviously have gone 0-7 in a 14-game schedule, right? But nobody's ever gone 0-9, because I mean, obviously it's only been, we've only had the 17-game schedule for only so many years. So, but the Giants, if they were to lose against the Ravens, which is quite possible, they lose against the Colts, the Giants would be the first team to go 0-9, right? They set the NFL record for going the most games without an interception with 12, right? From week 1 to week 13. So that's an NFL record. They might be the first team to go 0-9 at home. So I mean, it's just